Hey, all my wrestling fans out there, it's your boy, Big Boy Snatch on TV, aka what kind of snacks you want, because I got plenty going around. This is my AEW Dynamite review on Highlights. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please full watch the video from all the way from the beginning all the way towards the end. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more wrestling content that I'm doing on the channel, because I'm on the road to 10K and I'm becoming a YouTube partner. Now, follow my social media down below in the description and go check out my WWE NXT review on highlights that I did on the channel. Without further ado, let's get started. Now, AEW Dynamite was a decent show for what it was. Now, AEW Dynamite was on from El Paso, Texas, El Paso Country Coliseum. This is some 41 intro and opening power brings us to ringside to kick off Dynamite with Tony Schiavone welcoming to the ring the 2025 Men's Owen Hart Cup winner Hangman Adam Page. Music hits to a nice pop from the crowd as Hangman makes his way down to the ramp. His Owen Hart tournament belt around his waist as he enters the ring. Tony Tony Schiavone gives Hangman Page his due for winning the tournament at Double or Nothing before handing the microphone over to Hangman. Excuse me. You deserve it. You deserve a chant from the crowd. As Hangman Page says, the 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 thump in life is fleeting. He talks about the past two, or if had if or if he's been honest, 3 years of his life. He lost he lost sight of that. It's not it's not about the win or the loss. It's about what you do with it. The past Sunday, two men got into the ring knowing that one of them will lose. So thank you, Will Ospreay, for giving Page the fight of his life. While one of us one of us will have the taste defeat, one of us will have to taste victory, but the Hangman cannot release it. He will not get to defend the championship around his waist. Recognize that next year there will be a new champion. So he returns this title to the people. He he will always remember what it means to win the tournament, but he must now look forward to the AEW World Championship, and it's the responsibility he has chased from the very moment he returned to the company, a title that has been hidden away in a briefcase. The title is meant to be a shining light of what the letters AEW stand uh, for the spirit of competition. When he joined this company on the first day, he said that the people would be his boss. So he makes a promise in several weeks he will become the new AEW World Champion at All In Texas. Swerve Strickland music hits as he and Prince Nada make their way down to the ring with a mic in Swerve Strickland's hand. He gives some kudos, but also has something to address. Bringing up on the screen the promo the Young Bucks made about costing Swerve Strickland the world title back at Dynasty in order to help Hangman out. Swerve Strickland talks about losing the same opportunity Page has at All In Texas, saying the conventionally has a clear path to the title of his loss. He calls Collision on that, reminding Page of the promise he made to Swerve Strickland that he wouldn't get involved before telling Page to look him in the eye right now and telling him if he if he did this. Page addresses what happened, saying he looked at Swerve Strickland and then at John Moxley, and for a moment he even thought about helping Swerve Strickland, but assured Swerve Strickland that if he wanted to cost him the title, he would have done it because he done it before. This leads to a more silent war of words between them as Will Ospreay makes his way out to a big pop. We'll look at Page and then at Swerve Strickland telling the latter he looked up to him like a big brother, and Ace to get involved in his business, but but he's he's wrong about Hangman. Will Ospreay talks about Page showing his respect at Double or Nothing. He looked into Hangman Page's eyes and saw that Hangman Adam Page cares about this place. The same feeling he got when he looked into Swerve Strickland's eyes when he beat him last year. Look around, people. He started to believe in us again. He tells Swerve that it's not him. It's not Will Ospreay, but it's Hangman Page. He tries to talk about the three of them working together to get the title back, and this rallies up Swerve Strickland as he tells Will Ospreay he's crazy. If he thinks Swerve Strickland will ever work with Page again, Swerve, Swerve Strickland leaves the ring as Page confronts Will Ospreay, saying he will do this without taking Swerve Strickland's help. Leaving the ring as Will Ospreay thinks about what just went down. Now, this was a good promo by Will Ospreay, Swerve Strickland, and Hangman Adam Page. Now, Hangman Adam Page and Swerve Strickland had one of the best rivals in AEW. This has been one of the best rivals at all time. This has been one of the best rivals in all time at all time in AEW between Hangman Page and Swerve Strickland. That's all I gotta say. I remember that Hangman Page burned Swerve Strickland's his house on fire, and that's all I gotta say. But this was a good segment between Hangman Page, Swerve Strickland, and Will Ospreay. I love this segment. All right, I made my feelings known on yapping promos, but as always, I will say that if a segment is driving a story forward, I will probably never hate it. Such such is the case here. A clear story of Will Ospreay trying to remain Page and Swerve Strickland of what the ultimate goal is, and two men. Alright, video package. Archie in the arena live up to his name once again at Double or Nothing. We cut outside the arena to see the Death Riders making their entrance, bringing us back to ringside as the group alongside Gabe Kidd make their way out towards the ring itself. Out next is Will Nightingale, followed quickly by Mike Bailey and Mark Briscoe before the trios head to the ring to get this match underway. So we get a mixed trios match. Death Riders John Moxley and Maria Shafir and Gabe Kidd versus Willow Nightingale, Mark Briscoe, and Mike Bailey. This was a fun mixed trios match. So that's all I gotta say. All right, Mark Briscoe and Gabe Kidd start things off. Train strikes before chaos ensures with all six competitors going at it. Bailey goes after John Moxley with some strikes into the barricade as Maria Shafir takes a boot from Will Nightingale. Back in the ring, Mark Briscoe takes control by dropping Kidd on the ropes to force him to the outside. He gets a chair from Mike Bailey and sets up for a triple jump due to the delight of the crowd as we go to a full commercial break. All right, back in the ring. I'm sorry, back from commercial break. Back in the ring, John Moxley and Mark Briscoe are the legal competitors, and the world champions is in control as he brings Mark Briscoe to the corner of some strikes from Mir Shafir before attacking Kidd in. Gabe Kidd lands some hard strikes of his own before John Moxley taps back in. But Mark Briscoe starts fighting back, knocking Gabe Kidd away before tagging in Speedball. Speedball Mike Bailey climbs the turnbuckles and catches John Moxley by surprise with a missile drop kick, setting up for a fury of offense into running shooting star press for a near fall. He takes John Moxley to the corner for a kick before the champ fights back to set up for a suplex. No, inside cradle for a near fall. And then Speedball Mike Bailey lands a third kick before Willow Nightingale and Mary Shafir tag in. They go at it until Mary Shafir gets sent hard to the mat and then to the corner for a lariat by Willow Nightingale. Willow Nightingale lands a spine buster and a high stack for a near fall before John Moxley breaks it up only for Mark Briscoe to cut him off. John Moxley sends him out before going back after Will Nightingale. But this time it's Mike Bailey who keeps him at bay. Maria Shafir backs on her feet, but no for long, but not for long. As Will Nightingale takes her down to the mat once again. Tag made to Mike Bailey and John Moxley comes in as well, with with the Speedballs offense being cut off by Rilla Yuta. Gabe Kidd takes advantage of this by hosting Mike Bailey up, dropping him onto the timekeeper's table, and we go to another commercial break. Back from commercial break, John Moxley sends Mike Bailey into the ropes before Gabe Kidd tags in and takes advantage, but he only gets a near fall for his troubles. John Moxley tags back in, looking to wear Speedball down even more, but Mike Bailey holds his own until the champ drops him for a tag back to Kidd to Gabe Kidd. He mounts off Willow Nightingale, getting her rally up before going back to work on Speedball. But Bailey managed to fight back as we get a peek at Chris Statlander watching on from backstage. Tag made to Mark Briscoe as John Moxley gets tries to get involved, only to be sent out of the ring by Mark Briscoe before he slugs it out with Gabe Kidd. All right. Gabe Kidd takes Mark Briscoe to the corner, biting at the head and lands some other strikes before Mark Briscoe fights back with some suplex to send Gabe Kidd to the outside. This leads to a big dive by Speedball onto Gabe Kidd and John Moxley. With Gabe Kidd being brought back into the ring, Maria Shafir tries to intervene in the corner, but she and Yuta are moved away, allowing Mark Briscoe to land a froggy bow on Gabe Kidd for the cover, but Gabe Kidd kicks out. Claudio Castagnoli tries to get involved now, but is cut off by Commander hitting a rope walk dive onto the Swiss Superman. Back in the ring, John Moxley makes a tag to lay out Mark Briscoe with the Paragon shift, followed by the Bulldog choke. Marie Shapiro clutches Willow Nightingale, and Gabe Kidd keeps Bailey away as Mark Briscoe ends up passing out, forcing the refs to call for the bell. The winner by submission, Death Riders, John Moxley, Maria Shafir, and Gabe Kidd. This was a fun mixed trios tag match. Fun, but chaos to kick the show off. Tonight, we really like seeing the dynamic between Gabe Kidd and the Death Riders here. Through, I'm still wondering exactly what his motivations are the past few weeks. Hashtag AEW Dynamite. Video package. The Hurt Syndicate are thrilled after retaining the tag team champions, and MJF made a success debut as their newest member. He looks forward to getting back his AEW World title, but with the Hurt Syndicate, it's not professional. It's not personal. It's just business. All right. We get a quick word from Megan Bang and Penelope Ford before they team up against Anna Jay and Harley Cameron in a no disqualification tag match, and that is up next. So we go to commercial break. Backstage, Ricochet talks about getting the lay of the land in AEW after Double or Nothing. He sees all the factions here and says Ricochet needs a crew of his own. Once he finds the perfect crew, he will show everyone why Ricochet is out of this world. Haha. We head back to ringside as Megan Bain and Penelope Ford make their entrance. Sporting matching, sporting matching, some great gear and some net knee shield like weapons as they head down the ramp. Out next are Anna Jay and Harley Cameron, also matching up as they rush to the ring to go after Megan Bay, and Penelope Ford as we get this match on the way. All right, so we get a no disqualification tag team match: Anna Jay and Harley Cameron versus Megan Bay and Penelope Ford. In this match right here, this was a good tag team match in my opinion. Penelope Ford sends Energy into the barricade as we see Cameron narrowly avoid Megan Bane's charge in the corner. Energy gets after Penelope Ford in the ring, landing to a double team pin before Megan Bane breaks it up. Energy goes after Megan Bane with a weapon to no avail, leading to Anna and Cameron trying to wear the Magnus down before before she takes both women down. Take both women down. She sets up a chair in the ring, only to be sent face first into it by Harley Cameron into a drop kick by NJ for a 2 count before Penelope before it breaks it up. All right, we won tables chant breaks out as NJ and Cameron Anna Jay and Haley Cameron continue to wear their opponents down before obliging to the crowd demands pulling a table out from under the ring as we go to full commercial break. Alright, we're back from commercial break. Megan Bain and Harley Cameron are going at it on the apron until Haley Cameron slips through, positioning Megan Bain for a powerbomb that connects after a chair shot from Anna Jay, and that sends Megan Bain through the tables on the outside. Back in the ring, Penelope Ford and Anna Jay continue to go at it until both are down. On the outside, however, we see Megan Bain catches Cameron to send her into the ring steps, and this brings out the medic to check on a busted open Cameron. She shoves the dock away as she gets into the apron, only to be knocked back down by Penelope Ford. And the J sets her up for a gory bomb onto a chair for the cover, but Megan Bain breaks the pin up at the last second. Megan Bain holds up Energy for a fake descent onto the chair and in the cover, but Harley Cameron comes flying to break the pin up. She takes a lariat for her troubles by Megan Bain, but managed to kick out at two, much to the carnage of the Magnus. Um, Harley Harley Cameron chants from the crowd as Megan Bain toss chairs around. NJ has left the ring and is being checked on as Penelope Ford and Megan Bain set up for a doomsday device on Cameron for the win. The winner of the match, Megan Bain, Penelope Ford. This was a pretty good. This was a good tag team match. All right, the pair do a little more damage to Cameron before leaving the ring to celebrate. Good tag team match, but I have one specific and minor grip. No disqualification is great, but you had a perfect opportunity to call this a Texas Tornado tag team match, and you didn't do it. Holy, holy airball away, really fun match with a good win for Mega Bang and Penelope for hashtag AEW Dynamite. We get a graphic reminding us that Mercedes Moné and Thomas Tony Storm will meet face to face before going to the parking lot, where the TBS champion in the 2025 Women's On Hard Cup pulls up looking very happy with herself. At ringside, the Outs make their way out to a nice pop from the crowd. Out next is the frat house, consistent, not consistent, consistent of Preston Vance, Griff Garrison, who the F is Garrison, Griff, Griff, Griff Garrison, and Cole Carter. Jackie Jameson cuts a promo on El Paso before this match gets underway. So we get the Outs versus the Frat House. This was a squash tag team match. Samoa Joe has had enough sending Jameson out of the ring before going after Vance, while chaos breaks out at ringside. Tag made to Griff Garrison, but the same is made on Shibata, who lays in some hard chops on Garrison. Griff tries to fight back, but to no avail. Garrison managed to get a tag to Cole Carter as Powerhouse Hobbs tags in, taking a fight to Carter and sending him to the corner before landing a nasty looking lariat. Carter rolls out of the ring as Vince goes after Samoa Joe before Jameson tries to use a paddle board on the back of Powerhouse Hobbs. This doesn't this doesn't bother this doesn't bother well for him, and the Ops makes short work of that frat house before Powerhouse Hobbs gets the win for a scene. The winner of the match, the Ops. This was a terrible tag team match, squash tag team match. They celebrate up the rim as we go to commercial break. Look what they done with my boy Preston Vance, the absolute state of him. That size, I kind of dig the goofy vibe of this frat house gimmick. Match did what it was supposed to do. Also, the quote "Evil Uno" in the late Brody Lee, who the who who the f is Griff Grayson. That part was funny. But that was a squash tag team match. So we go to commercial break. Back at ringside, Renee Paquette welcomes Jamie Hayter to the ring and addresses things after a double or nothing. She is asked if she had time to think about what happens on Sunday, but before she can answer, the lights go out before coming back on on as on as the the TheKla makes her presence known by attacking Jamie Hayter in the ring. She takes Jamie Hayter out before staring at the camera down, forcing Jamie Hayter to leave the ring as we cut away. Why did the Kella attack Jamie Hayter? I don't know what reason, man. All right, so Jamie Hayter comes out to address losing the on her final, and is all a setup to introduce the color. I Setting that aside, it does look like a really interesting feud to start up after Double or Nothing. Hashtag AEW Dynamite, which is I agree with that. Alright. Video package. A look at female legendary luchador Mr. Lico. Kyle Fletcher makes his way out to ringside for our next match as we get a look back at what happened at Double or Nothing, leading to Hiroshi Tanahashi appearing as the challenger enters the ring. Adam Cole makes his way out with a TNT championship as this match gets underway. Alright. So we get a TNT championship match. Adam Cole defends against Kyle Fletcher. And this match right here, this was a fine match for what it was. This match was fine for what it was. Kyle Fletcher goes on the attack early, sending the champ to the corner before the referee intervenes. Kyle Fletcher mocks Adam Cole, who goes on the attack himself before the challenger drops him on the mat. Kyle Fletcher blocks a side headlock, take over and sends the champ to the ropes, sending Adam Cole hard, sending Adam Cole down hard. But Adam Cole fights back for some strikes. Kyle Fletcher fights back with some body slams, but when Adam Cole gets back to his feet, he lands a big kick on the challenger before setting Kyle Fletcher to the corner for some more stumps. Kyle Fletcher gets gets sent to the corner where he avoids one kick by Adam Cole, only to take one to the face, sending him to the floor outside. Our RPG device to try to get involved, but are sent away by Paragon. Um, allowing Adam Cole a chance to go after the challenger, who takes Adam Cole out with a powerbomb, only the apron take control for the match. As we go to commercial break. All right, back from commercial break. Kyle Fletcher has Adam Cole in the ring as he continues to go after the champion's arm until Adam Cole takes him out, with a super kick. But both men back in their feet as they trade strikes with Adam Cole getting some offense but on the Proto Star. He takes Kyle Fletcher down for a cover, but Kyle Fletcher managed to kick out at two. Adam Cole heads to the corner, but Kyle Fletcher continues out of a Panama Samurai for a two count of his own. Half and half suplex by Adam Cole. Before catching the challenger with a Panama Sunrise, he that connects this time. He he's ready for the boom, but it's cut off by Josh Alexander as the ref calls for the bell. The winner by disqualification, TNT champion Adam Cole. This match was this match right here. This was a decent match. What it was. This was decent. Alexander and Kyle Fletcher began a beatdown on the champion until Brody King makes his way down with a chair for the save. He forces Alexander and Kyle Fletcher to put to the outside as we are remaining that King Kong, not King Kong, I'm sorry, King and Josh face off, and it seems that match will happen next as we go to commercial break. I don't know why I said King Kong, but King and Josh. So I got it right this time. So King and Josh. I don't know why I said King Kong, but I was trying to say King and Josh. But it is what it is. All right, first time I seen the TNT champion defending on Dynamite in a hot minute, and it ends in a DQ. Oh boy, I get it through, and I can at least appreciate the transition from that to King slash Alexander was with the statement following. Adam Cole and Kyle Fletcher LOL. Hashtag AEW Dynamite. Commercial break. All right. Back at ringside, security has cleared the Atrocious bodies from the arena, allows this match to get underway. So we get the AEW International Championship number one contenders tournament match. Brody King versus Josh Alexander. And this match right here, I'm also gonna say this was a really good match, man. Very good match. The winner of this match will advance to the four-way match that's Fire Fest for the title. That's the two-man trade heavy strikes in the ring. Um, King leaves to grab his shirt that he bowls Josh Alexander in his face with before beating the man Chase with his forearm strikes. Josh Alexander is stood against the ring post as Brody King goes for a chop, but Alexander dodges it and goes after the hand. Josh Alexander brings King to the apron before rolling to the ring to break the ref's count, and then brings Brody King to the barricade before King fights back with a thunderous chop that force him to the floor. Josh Alexander does his best to avoid King getting back into the ring, but Brody King keeps on the attack until Josh Alexander slips out of the ring for a breather. Um, he then blocks a dive from King before connecting with a DDT, sending Brody King's head onto the apron, followed by a chop to the chest and a Brody and a body block sending Brody King to the floor outside. Josh Alexander the rep breaks the count. I'm sorry. Josh Alexander breaks the ref's count again before going after Brody King on the barricade before sending him into the ring steps for add damage as we go to another commercial break. All right. So we go to commercial break. Back from commercial break, Josh Alexander has Brody King in the ring with an armbar before Brody King gets to his feet, sending Josh Alexander with a German suplex. Josh gets back to his feet, only to be taken down with a lariat by King. Both men are down as the ref begins the standard 10 count, but they manage to get back up as King sets Alexander up in the corner after ripping off the turnbuckle's pad. Josh strikes back, catching Brody King's arm on the exposed turnbuckle. He goes for a suplex on the apron, but Brody King fights him off, only for Alexander to connect with a German suplex, sending King onto the hardest part of the ring. Josh Alexander props Brody King up with a chair, but Brody King fights back before before charge at Josh instead. He brings Josh back into the ring where Alexander heads to the corner and dodges a cannonball by the big man. Josh grabs the leg of Brody King for an ankle lock, but Brody King kicks away at him to break free, only to be dropped to the mat. Josh Alexander sets him up for a bringing German suplex, but gets only a 2 count. Josh has Josh has some blood on him and him as he climbs up a for aerial assault, but Brody King cuts him off with a knee, landing a lariat and Gaso bomb to pick up the win. Oh, here I come. The winner by pinfall advanced to Fire Fast Brody King. This was a really good match. Really good match between Brody King and Josh Alexander. Almost forgotten the power of the game Alexander can display at times. Was nice to see that here, even with Brody King picking up the win to go to Fire Fast while he shot at the international title. Hashtag AEW Dynamite. All right, backstage, Kyle Fletcher expressed his frustration with the interference, leading to him losing his shot at the TNT champion before the champ himself goes after the protostar security breaks it up. As Adam Cole tells Kyle Fletcher, he is a dead man. Back at ringside, Mercedes Monet makes her way to the ring, showing off her collection of titles, including the one she earned by winning the 2025 Women's On Her Foundation tournament. We get a look at the On Her Cup trophy as the CEO addresses El Pesto. Shell she talks about legends like Owen Hart and her inspiration Eddie Guerrero getting a pop for El Pesto on how they don't compared to the CEO. Mercedes Moné is quickly cut off by the arrival of the Women's World Champion as timeless Tony Storm makes her way to the ring to a pop from the crowd. Tony Storm has the mic in her hand as she lays the title down on the mat with Mercedes Moné saying the fans are tired of the black and white and want a champion full of color. I'll be right there. I'll be right there. Tony Storm says hello, saying she's been waiting a long time to meet Mercedes Moné. She addresses Mercedes Moné debut on a show named after her, making history and staying undefeated. The two of them have had never met or talked, saying Mercedes Moné has come this the match she wants most. So so what so what's t- so what's too long so what's too so long? Mercedes Monet says, "Patience, darling, calmly. She's the Beyonce of women's wrestling, so she has been waiting for a reason." All right. Tony Storm responds by saying she is the Tony Storm of professional wrestling. Mercedes Monet then says that that Tony Summer has that Tony Summer has changed from the shy woman she met 10 years ago, but she has Mercedes Monet. She is no longer the boss. She is the CEO. Mercedes Monet talks about the greatest match of all time that awaits them both at all in Texas. Tony Storm addresses Tony Storm addresses the similar past and how AEW allows them to be who they really are, but knows the biggest difference between them. Mercedes Moné wants all the titles, but Thomas Tony Storm only needs one. So if Mercedes Moné wants a ride the money train into Tony Tunnel, she had better hope it can't go deep enough. She then calls Mercedes Moné one of the greatest of all time, but unfortunately for her, Timeless Tony Storm happens to be timeless. Mercedes Monet says Timeless Tony Storm may call herself timeless, but her time is about to be up. See you at All In. Tony Storm the same, and they drop the microphone before Mercedes Monet extends a hand to the champion. Thomas Tony Storm kicks it, but the On Hard Cup winner pulls her in for a moneymaker. Thomas Tony Storm counters looking for a Storm Zero before Mercedes Monet rolls out of the ring to retreat up the ramp. Thomas Tony Storm poses with the women's world title in the ring to poke at Mercedes Monet, who runs her mouth off at the champ as Dynamite comes to a close. This is a very good segment between Thomas Tony Storm and Mercedes Monet. I'll be honest, there were moments in that closing segment that had me feeling a yeah fest. LOL. There's just something about Mercedes Monet promos, but I can't pull my finger on what it is. That said, when things started to dip, they did manage to pick back up. So this was a pretty solid segment. All right. So overall, this was a very solid episode of AEW Dynamite, especially from in ring perspective. Even the moments that Lude slightly pick up enough for me to stay invested. Case in point, by now I turn around somewhat on Jamie Hayter and the Kala segment. LOL. We still got we still got. All right. And AEW Dynamite goes off the air. Before I, so I'm going to read the quick results. Mixed trios match: Dev Rise, John Moxley, Maria Shapiro, and Gabe Kidd defeated Will Nightingale, Mark Briscoe, and Mike Bailey. In a no disqualification match, Anna Jay and Harley Cameron versus Megan Bain and Penelope Ford. The Ops defeated the Frat House, which is a squash tag team match. TNT champion match. Adam Cole defeated Kyle Fletcher in a decent match. An AEW Invitational Champion number one contenders tournament match. Brody King defeated Josh Alexander, which is a good match by itself. And AEW Dynamite goes off the air. All right, let me get my honest opinion what I think about AEW Dynamite. All right, now AEW Dynamite was a decent show for what it was, and that's all I gotta say. But anyway, if you guys enjoy my AEW Dynamite review on highlights, make sure you guys please for watch the video from all the way from the beginning all the way towards the end. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more wrestling content that I do on the channel. Um, when it comes to me doing wrestling reviews, I give you guys the full review, not the half of my review. Alright, so I will go live tomorrow on Twitch, but first I gotta go to GameStop tomorrow to get my pick up my retro gaming, and then I'm gonna come out the stream on Twitch. So make sure you guys be on the lookout on Twitch, man. I cannot wait to get affiliate for the second year in a row. So I want you guys to be there on my Twitch, but I don't know what time I'm gonna be streaming on Twitch. But I am gonna go live on Twitch, but I do not know what time. But anyway, I want you guys to have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kids, kept your club. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang. And I'll be I'm not saying that I'm not quitting YouTube Shorts, but I took a break for a while on my YouTube Shorts because YouTube has been like holding me on my YouTube Shorts. Like every time I post a YouTube short video, me showing guys my thumbnail twice in that video. So yeah, I got people that's watching. You know what I'm saying? People are watching, which is a good thing, but I want more people to watch. But other content creators on YouTube don't be watching my YouTube Shorts video, but I do not know why. But I'm not gonna let that discourage me. But it is what it is. I just have to put that out there. But anyway, I hope you guys have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kings, kept your club. Too sweet. I'm out of here, gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet, gang. And I will see you guys tonight on my upcoming world premiere for my AEW Dynamite with Real Haas at 4 o'clock a.m. right here on YouTube. Stay too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang.